Fourth and goal to go with the 2. 34 seconds left to go in the ball game. This is the play right now. Takes the snap. Targeted goes in. Targeted all alone. And the quarterback keeps. Wow, what a call. Nobody touched him.
Here is Jeff, the host of the Gridiron.
Which takes us now to our defensive side of the ball, right? The defensive grades after the Giants beat the Bills, right? Micah McFadden, he was only in there for just a few snaps, but he wound up grading out for the highest grade for the Giants on their defense. Now, also because McFadden, with a few guys like Azudu, right? Belton, Flott, McFadden. Those four guys, I'm sorry, my bad, Neil. Those five guys, these are contract years for them, right? So they're going to want to put their best foot forward. And you also like with McFadden too, he's trying to put his best foot forward, on the Giants. But if he can show that he can play, right? If the Giants don't bring him back because we got Carter, right? He's going to want to get paid from another team. So this is a big season for him. Plus, also, he's trying to show that I can still play. Don't put me on the bench too much because of this guy Carter. I mean, make sure you get me some snaps too, because I'm out there playing, right? So he had that one hit early on. I think the guy caught the ball. As soon as he caught the ball, McFadden was all over him. I mean, what a good read he had. What a good read. All right, so let's go to share the screen once again. We'll go to the defensive side of the ball. All right. Okay. Game reports. Here we go. Defense. Now you'll see. You see. With the defense, you can do all kinds of stuff. I mean, I could literally be here for 9.5 years. I mean, I could go over the coverage matchups, what the grades are, the coverage grades, the pass rush, right, the run defense. Just lots of stats, a lot of stats. But I'm going to go for the overall, right? So I said, we got Micah McFadden was graded at a 92.1. Very impressive. Trace, I see he was only in there for I guess it was pretty much, I guess the first 2 drives he was out there for, I'm guessing. And after that, he got pulled out. But Trace Ford, 84.3, very impressive, right? He's one of the guys, outside linebacker, right? I mean, he's, trying to make the team. He's on the bubble. Well, so far he did himself very good so far. But some guy by the name of Abdul Carter, right? 82.5 on the pass rush. He had 3 pass rushing attempts and he had 3 hurries. I mean, and not only so much was that he did it against Dawkins. Two of the 3 pass rushes that he had were against Dawkins, and he got by on both of them. Now, to be fair, the one, he got around the outside of Dawkins, and he had that bend, and somehow his ankle bent almost like in half, or I don't even know how he got around him, but he got around Dawkins. But the thing was, Bill Parcells said, he remember he asked this question to Kayvon one time. He was there, I don't know, was it last year or 2 years ago? Can't remember what it was, but Parcells went up to Kayvon and said, "Where's the worst place to be?" And Kayvon answered correctly. He said, "Behind the quarterback." I could run past the quarterback. I can get, I can get around the tackle and he can just walk me past the quarterback. But some of just you can definitely tell this guy's going to have, guy's going to be have a nice impact for the Giants. Let's hope the guy can stay healthy. But another guy here, right, on the bubble, right? This is a big game for Mr. Davidson, DJ Davidson. 22 snaps, 77.9. Kayvon Wallace, I mean, big for him because we brought him in, right? But we're looking, who's going to be that fourth safety? I mean, quite possibly, right? We're looking at Nubin, Holland, quite possibly Belton, right? But who's going to be the fourth safety? Well, Kayvon Wallace had himself a very good game. 26 snaps, rated at 75.3. Brian Burns, 5 snaps, 73.6. Raheem Layne, 23 snaps, 73.2. Elijah Garcia, 26 snaps, 73.2. Now he's trying to make the team. This defensive line we got, we have a lot of guys on the defensive line. Let's not forget Dexter Lawrence, our best. You can, as of right now, okay. So, I can't put Malik there, can't put Carter there, can't put Andrew Thomas there. As of right now, Dexter Lawrence is our best defensive player. Okay, he didn't play. Okay, but so you got Elijah Garcia, 20. There we go, 26 snaps, 73.2. Tyler Nubin, 8 snaps, 72. Cory Durden, once again, he's trying to make this team, right? 17 snaps, 68.5. Paulson Adebo, 8 snaps, 63.3. Deonte Banks, they had him out for 20 snaps. He did pretty well, 63.2. From what I read, he was targeted, I think, 5 times. He gave up one reception. Okay, I know the one. I think the one reception they're talking about is he was man on man with a guy. I don't remember who the receiver was, but he had to cover him all the way across the field. The guy took like an inside route, and he ran all the way across the field, and Banks was behind him, right? And then the guy had a couple steps on Banks, and Banks covered him all the way across the field. The guy caught the ball and I guess got like 12 yards on the route, I think it was. But other than that, Banks didn't do too bad. Now, of course, here, where we at here? 63.2. 40.8 is tackling, 44.3. Now, we did have a couple guys here. Some of the tackle, see who we got here. Raheem Layne missed 1 tackle out of 3. He has 33% missed tackle rate. Another guy, Banks, he must have missed a tackle. He had 2 tackles and he missed 1 opportunity. Dane Belton had 4 opportunities. He missed 1. Jordon Riley, he had apparently one tackle attempt according to PFF, and he missed it. Right, so we had another guy here, Deontae Johnson. He missed 1 out of 4. Where we at here? Andru Phillips. Of course, he only played in 3 snaps. But you figure, I mean, you look at with Phillips, he was in there for 3 snaps. He made 1 tackle and he missed on another tackle. So he was in the action. Right? That's one of the reasons why he graded out kind of poorly down here, because he pretty much missed the tackle. So we had some guys that missed some tackles here, so it was not super duper spectacular. But the thing was with Phillips is he only played 3 snaps because he was in on a tackle, and I think that was at Knox. I think one of the tight ends caught a ball. Well, I hope this guy can stay healthy. I mean, he played 3 snaps and he got injured and he had to come out. Now, the thing is, you're not so sure if it was an injury. It was possibly a little something. Because it was probably what I'm thinking. It was the 3 and out. This first time Buffalo had the ball, it was 3 and out. Now what it was when he made the tackle, he was in with the tackle with a bunch of other guys. It was 3rd down and whatever. 3rd down and I don't know what the heck it was, 17 or something, whatever it was. And Trubisky dropped back the pass, hit somebody short. The guy probably picked up like 10, 11, 12 yards on the reception, but they were still like 5 yards short. So it was a 3 and out. So after the 3 and out, Phillips went on the sideline. I don't know if he went up to the coach or went up to somebody, said, I don't know, feel a little sore or something, whatever. Now, does that mean he couldn't have gone back in the game? You don't know. But when you got your starting slot cornerback, and I don't know, goes in there, makes a tackle, says he feels a little something or whatever it was, they take him out because they got 3,000 guys that, or a lot of guys that, can take his place, right, and play the rest of the game. So, and let's not forget, Flott wasn't in there either, so that's why Banks played a lot of snaps too, right? Flott was able to go. Banks wouldn't have had that many snaps. Right, so we had Raheem Layne, 73.2. Elijah Garcia, 73.2. Tyler Nubin, 8 snaps, 72. Cory Durden, 17 snaps, 68.5. Paulson Adebo, 8 snaps, 63.3. Banks, 20 snaps, 63.2. Jevon Holland, 8 snaps, 62.8. Dane Belton, 16 snaps, 60.9. Jordon Riley, 16 snaps, 60.1. Elijah Chatman, 11 snaps, 60. Robertson-Harris, 8 snaps, 58.9. Now, I'm not exactly sure what the heck this is. I don't know how you get a 58.9 with Roy Robertson-Harris. I don't understand this. His run defense was a 72. His tackling was a 71. His pass rush was a 63.6. And he graded out a 58.9. I don't know how that's possible, but Darius Alexander didn't have a super spectacular 22 snaps, graded out a 56.4. He had nothing. Didn't have a tackle, a missed tackle, a pass rush, nothing. So let's hope better times are ahead for Mr. Alexander. Right? Deontae Johnson, the linebacker, 37 snaps, graded out of 56. Makari Paige, 34 snaps, graded at 54. Kayvon, 6 snaps, graded at 53.6. Bobby Okereke, 8 snaps, 53.6. Tomon Fox, 35 snaps, 53.5. Andru Phillips, 3 snaps, graded at 51. TJ Moore, moving on up. TJ Moore, 37 snaps at cornerback, graded at 50.7. Now, Nic Jones, he's the one that took Andru Phillips' spot, I believe. He played 41 snaps, graded out of 50.2. He did not do super spectacular. Let's see here. Well, he missed. He had 4 tackles. He missed 1 though, so he was having some issues. You see, his graded at 38.2. He graded at 43.4. So he had some issues. But I believe Nic Jones was the one that took Andru Phillips' spot after Andru Phillips only played the 3 snaps. Jeremiah Ledbetter, 23 snaps, 49.7. KJ Cloyd, 29 snaps, 47.3. Nacho, 7 snaps, 45.6. Dee Williams, 32 snaps, 45.2. Darius Muasau, 12 snaps, 41.5. O'Donnell Fortune, 17 snaps, 35.4. And Chris Board, special teams ace, though, Chris Board, 20 snaps, 28.6. I mean, a lot of these guys, right, they're not going to be starters, obviously, on the team, now whether it's offense or defense. But, there are some of these guys like Board and all, if they make the 53, are expected to be big-time contributors in special teams. So you like to see, obviously, especially in preseason, you don't want anybody on your team obviously being graded out really low, but you don't want to see a bunch of your starters being graded out really low, right? But you can just see, I said, the starting defense, now whether the guys graded out good or not or whatever it was. Now, once again, the Bills did not have Josh Allen in there. Things might have been a little different if Josh Allen was out there running around with the Bills. But the Bills did have Mitch Trubisky, who's a seasoned quarterback, but they did have their starting offensive line out there. So we were going, our team without Dexter Lawrence, and somebody like Dexter makes everybody better, right? If you need to put 13 guys to block Dexter Lawrence, it frees up some of the other guys. Okay. But, as I said, the Bills' offensive line is very good. Last season, they only gave up 14 sacks. At least that's what the Bills announcers on the NFL Network said. They led the league. They only gave up 14 sacks all season last year. So they have a very good offensive line. And the Giants, the two series that did starting defensive players were out there. They did pretty well, especially Mr. Carter. And I said, our best player on our team as of right now is Dexter Lawrence, was not out there. Okay. But to be fair, the best player on the Bills team, Josh Allen, was not out there either. Right.